Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's October the 8th, 2024. It's about 9:05, I believe, close enough.
Exactly.
9:05, okay. And this regular meeting, Liberty County's Commissioners Court, let the record show that Commissioner Karbowski, Commissioner Arthur, Commissioner Whitmire are present with us today. I believe Commissioner Wilson has a previous appointment he's getting taken care of today. So we have business before the court. We do have a quorum established. If y'all would all rise at this time, would you lead us in the pledges?
Yes, sir. Please face the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please face the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
If y'all would pray with me, please. Heavenly Father, we thank you for another day. We thank you for another opportunity to work together, Lord, to do the right thing as best we can and to be, well, pleasing to you as we help others. Lord, we have a big storm in the Gulf, and Lord, we please ask you to watch over our friends in Florida as they make ready for this storm. Lord, they've already had one, but they have another one coming. So please be with them and help them to get out of the way of the storm, and then help us to help them rebuild. Lord, please be with us also that we have an election upcoming, 30 days or so from now. It's important, Lord. It's important for everyone to pay attention and to review the issues and vote their conscience. Lord, as we make it through the rest of this week, please walk with us. Please put your arms around us all, Lord, and help us to once again join together and work together in unison as best we can so we may help others each day. Lord, please be with our men and women in uniform, our first responders. Lord, every day they need your protection, and Lord, we need them to be here to protect us. We thank you so much for your wonderful blessings, for your grace, your wisdom, and Lord, please shed that on us once again as we go through, the rest of this week, the rest of this month, and the rest of this year. Again, we thank you for these and all of the blessings. In Jesus' most precious name, amen.
Amen.
Okay. Well, notices and proclamations. I don't really have any proclamations, but I do have one notice. Yesterday was a banner day. It was the last day to register to vote. So if you didn't make it to the line and get there in time to register to vote, well, you can't vote. So early voting does start October 21st. And Lee, the locations, I think you have those posted already. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. They're in Cleveland Civic Center, Dayton Community Center, Jack Hotel Building, Hardin City Hall, and Santa Fe Admin Building in Colleen Ridge. And they are all curbside voting locations as well.
Okay, and that's for 2 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm. 2 weeks straight. Begins October 21st. The first week is 9 to 6. The weekend is 7 to 7. Sunday is 1 to 7, and then the rest of the week is 7 to 7. And of course, Election Day on November 5th is 7 to 7.
Okay, thank you. And we'll be looking forward to y'all being there and taking care of business like you always do. Thank you. Okay. Public comment. I have no one that signed up for public comment today. So at this time, we'll move on down to number 6, declare conflicts of interest. Are there any conflicts at this time?
I don't think so.
None. Okay. All righty. Move on down to the consent agenda. Let's see. Dwayne, do you happen to have any add-ons today?
One budget amendment, this is ISD school district payments to Liberty County for uniforms. we got $6,000, 2,000 will increase precinct 2 constable's uniform budget by 2,000, and precinct 5 constable's uniform budget by 4,000.
Lee, you get all those? Okay. Kim, you have any add-ons today?
I do. We have a correctional officer, Robin Townsend, who needs to be paid for comp and vacation time. The comp is $2,720.32. The vacation is $2,027.75 for a total of $4,748.07.
Okay.
I move that we approve the consent agenda. You have
Second.
something else?
You should go ahead and approve those, Sheriff, and then address it.
Y'all get that cleared up? Okay. Just want to make sure.
We got all the. I move that
Okay.
we approve the consent agenda with the additions that Dwayne and Kim made.
Second.
Okay. Motion from Greg,
Second.
second from David. Already beat you to it there, Bruce.
Okay.
Wake up, Bruce.
You're on the ball today, aren't you?
That's
Yeah,
right.
Okay, got you. Motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented with the additions. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nay. That motion passes. Thank you, gentlemen. Moving on to the regular agenda. Okay. Number 8.1 is consider and approve the extension of the burn ban that was put in place on September 30th. As you know, we passed the burn ban first in Commissioner's Court, but then within 7 days, we need to go back and re-pass it. So to extend. So what's the court's pleasure at this point?
Make a motion to extend burn ban.
Second.
Motion from Bruce, second from David to extend. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 8.2 from Mr. Gott over in the auditor's office. Consider and approve paying off comp time at 250 accrued hours and to continue in the future of paying off once 250 hours is reached for Liberty County Jail staff. Dwayne, you have anything? It's pretty self-explanatory.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion from Bruce, second from Greg to approve. Further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Number 8.3 from Ms. Harris, County Treasurer's Office. Consider and approve redrawing for an alternate for the sick pool committee. Evidently, we had one that resigned that was on the list, and so we had to get a brand new one, right?
We have to get an alternate just in case. And in this box is the same, these are the same folks that I brought to you last time.
Yes, ma'am.
This is our list of terminated employees since that time. So if you draw one of these, we'll go reach out.
Okay.
And we have two good ones on the board.
We certainly do,
Yes.
Mr. Whitmer. Thank you for that. Thank you for sending. staff
Absolutely.
to us.
Why can't I do this with like a winning lotto ticket or something? You know, it'd be kind of fun. Yeah, that's it.
Some of my people.
Cherie. This is one of Sheriff's, Cherie Peak. Is she still there with you, Sheriff?
She is still with us.
Okay.
That's a good one. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I need a motion and a second to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion from Bruce, second from Greg to approve. Further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 8.4 from Ms. Harris. Consider and approve designations for wellness coordinator and wellness sponsor as required by Texas Association of Counties Healthy and Employee Benefits Pool. Kim, you want to explain this to us a little bit?
Sure, along with the renewal for tax, insurance, they also want a wellness coordinator and a wellness sponsor designated so that all of their wellness information can be passed through. I'm currently on their list as the wellness sponsor, and Mary Barrier is the wellness coordinator, and I would just offer to continue as the wellness sponsor. And we would like to put Miranda Halvey in as the wellness coordinator in lieu of Mary.
Okay.
I move that we approve this recommendation.
Second.
Motion from Greg, second from Bruce. Brandon, that's okay with you, right?
Yes,
I
sir.
just want to check. Okay.
And it's real okay with Mary.
Yeah, I'm sure. Call for a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays.
Who did the motion?
Greg.
Greg,
Greg.
and then Bruce had the second.
Okay,
Okay.
I was still typing there, sorry.
Okay. Number 8.5 from Ms. Harris, consider and approve the TAC Healthy County-Specific Incentive Program. Okay, you want to,
Again,
little
this
narrative.
is an, paperwork item that TAC needs signed along with the renewal. So the county-specific incentive program, we, can have a look at those and think about them for 2026, but you all have already renewed for 2025 with what we had for this year. So I just put this on the agenda really to make you all aware of it, and also because TAC needs a signature. But the options are to implement a CSI program for 2025, or that we are interested in learning more about it, which I recommend we check that box, or we are not interested in learning about it. So I would say we're interested in learning about it. These would be things like requiring employees to have an annual exam, or to have a tobacco affidavit, or to participate in some sort of physical activity program, things like that would be wellness centered programs. But I would say that we, for now, check the box that says we're interested in learning about it and move on.
all right, what say the court?
Make a motion to approve your recommendation.
Second.
Motion from Bruce, second from Greg to approve as presented. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. And that motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
But we're not through. You got one more here.
Okay.
Number 8.6, consider and approve the renewal with Health Equity for flex spending and dependent care administration for Liberty County employees. Okay.
Health Equity has been our administrative group for flex spending and dependent care for many years, and they do a great job. We're very happy with them. They have offered for 2025 no change in their pricing, so I recommend that we continue with them for flex spending and dependent care.
Okay. Let's say the court.
Move that we approve.
Motion from Greg,
Second.
second from David to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 8.7 from me is consider and approve the renewal of the 2025 statewide automated victim notifications service maintenance grant contract between the Office of the Attorney General and Liberty County for certain grant funds to provide relevant information to victims of crimes. And Catherine, this is just a general renewal that we do every year.
Yes.
Okay, so
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
motion from David, second from Greg to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 8.8 from our tax attorney over at Linebarger. Consider and approve the following private resale bid on delinquent tax properties. There's Fairway Incorporated. Property ID is 53748 for $4,100. It sound like a good deal.
Get it back on the tax roll.
Yep.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion for Bruce, second from Greg to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 8 and 9 from Ms. Soliday over in the permits office. Information item only. So we will, even though it's an information item, we will act on this, okay?
Yes, sir.
For your review, a design for Big Caney Estates off of 1409 and Precinct 1. Mr. John Etchern,
Not sure how to pronounce it, actually.
not positive either, has brought his plans and layout for consideration. This will be 158 acres with approximately 40 3/4 acre single family lots.
140.
Oh, 140, sure is, 440. 3/4 acre single family lots. Mr. Etchern is planning on providing a public water system, and all lots will require septic systems, the OSSF designation.
Yes.
So Melinda, what you got?
Well, they came in, like most do, and we did a preliminary. He wanted to pass this by the commissioners to make sure anybody wasn't against his building and let you know what he was planning on doing. It's down 1409. It's in Mr. Karbowski's precinct. It's really close to the Chambers County line, but it's right down there on the right-hand side. So there's a map and everything in there
Okay.
showing you what he's proposing. He's already contacted TxDOT to get their entrance off of 1409 provided. They're working on their elevation and water and all that. I know there's a creek or I think was it Caney Creek?
Yeah.
Caney Creek's right there, so they're gonna have to be really careful out there.
Yeah. So they still have to get the permit from TxDOT for a new entrance anyway. So
Yes,
it's
sir.
this way down the road if they have to deal with TxDOT.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, this is for information only, so I would ask that we take no action at this time, but we are at least informed.
Make a motion to take no action.
Motion from Bruce,
Second.
second from Greg.
Yes, sir. I forwarded the whole packet to you too.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay. Any further discussion? I'll call for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays.
Good job.
Was that an aye?
Yeah, aye.
I didn't hear him, but-
Yeah, okay. And this is even my good ear, y'all. Okay, just let me know. Okay. All right, move on to 810 from Ms. Soliday. Consider and approve the variance request for Blackfin Pipeline LLC on the septic system for their mobile offices. Melinda, we talked about this a bit,
Yes, sir.
and they're really portable locations. Yeah.
We do not ordinarily allow holding tanks, but this is gonna be a temporary office
Mhm.
complex. It's not gonna be a home. And they've got a contract to have it cleaned out twice a week.
Pump tanks.
The pump
Yeah.
tanks to be cleaned out twice a week while the whole process is going through.
Mhm.
And one of the agreements in their lease with Sam Houston for the property is to have the property as clean or better condition when they leave.
But in order to have these tanks and the on-site septic in this regard,
Correct.
they have to have power. And so this
Yes,
is for the permit for the power,
Yes, sir.
correct? Okay.
Once we get approval for this, then we'll go ahead and get everything taken care of.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Motion from Bruce, second from Greg, from David. I think David beat you to it, Greg.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. All right. Number 811, Ms. Soliday, consider and approve Barton Place subdivision, section 1, into the 2-year maintenance plan. An inspection with LJA and precinct 2 staff was held on September 24th, 2024. Attached in the packet for your review is the LJA Engineering's letter of recommendation for the 2-year plan. And Greg, that's in your
Yeah.
precinct.
Move that we approve.
Move you approve.
Second.
Got a motion from Greg, second from David to approve. Further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 812 from Ms. Alday. Well, we're just wearing you out today, aren't we?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Consider and approve the River Ranch LOMR-F Community Acknowledgement for MT-1. This form must be signed by the floodplain administrator for the review to take place by FEMA. Attached in the packet for your review is a letter of no objections from LJA Engineering. So Melinda, we put this on the agenda so everyone will know.
Yes, sir.
This is public.
And I intend to do
Public
that with
notice.
all of the loamers
Thank
and any of them I
Okay.
get.
Are there any particulars about this we need to consider?
No, sir. What I have been doing is whenever I get a request for a loamer, culmer, anything like that for the floodways, I send it to LJA and they send it to their floodplain specialist. And then they review everything and make sure it's okay until I get my certification.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm not signing anything I shouldn't be.
Let's make a motion to approve.
Okay, got a motion from Bruce, second from David. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 813 from Ms. Soliday. Consider and approve draw request number 2 in the amount of $1,164,397.07 for LJ Engineering invoices number 202417513. That one's for $165,499.64. Number 202421845 for $283,112.43. Number 202426038 for $266,655, and 202431037 for $449,130 on the Community Development Block Grant. This is for your drainage grant that we have that we're working through right now, number 24-065-014E171. The invoices, of course, are in the packet. And this is for the work that they've already accomplished in
Yes, sir.
regard to the drainage study and drainage plan for the entire county.
Yes, sir.
And this will be funds that are being paid by FEMA through GLO, through HGAC, and then to us.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion from Bruce. Was that a second, Greg?
Yes, sir.
Second from Greg. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 814 from Ms. Soliday, consider and approve paying the invoices on draw 2 of contract number 24-065-014E17. That's your mid-mod grant. Once the funds are received by the county, LJ Engineering Incorporated invoices number 202-417-513 for $165,499.64. Number 202-412-845 for $283,112.43. Number 202-426-038 for $266,655. Number 202-431-037 for $449,130, for a total amount of $1,164,397.07. Pretty self-explanatory. This is just shorting up the previous
Yes, sir.
action.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion from Bruce, second from Greg to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays.
Thank you, Ms. Soliday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 815 from Ms. McCarty over in the county attorney's office, consider and approve job posting for Liberty County Fire Marshal. Catherine, what you got?
Yes, so items 15 and 16 will take action by the court to refer this to the new review committee to post both job postings for fire marshal and Office of Emergency Management with the requisite qualifications required under law. And so that's what we're asking you to do today, is to refer this to the court for the ultimate job postings to be posted for both of these positions.
Sounds good.
Good.
Make a motion to approve.
Got a motion from Bruce,
Second.
second from David. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Likewise, nays. And likewise for number 816, this is for the posting, approve the job posting for emergency management.
I would ask that the motion also include referral to the committee.
Also include what?
Referral to the
Referral
committee.
to the committee to approve, to post the notice of the job availability.
I'll make a motion to approve this with a referral to the committee.
Second.
Motion from Greg, second from Bruce. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Catherine. But you're not through yet.
No, I am not.
Not by a long shot. Okay, 817 is consider and approve interlocal agreement between Liberty County and Devers Independent School District for one school resource officer to be provided by the Liberty County Sheriff's Office to be paid at the rate of 171 hours per pay period. Okay, that's pretty self-explanatory. That's
It is. So we're working diligently with the Devers School District to get them an SRO via the sheriff's office. I thought we were all ready for approval today, but a couple of issues surfaced right before the meeting today. I'm hoping to get these corrected immediately after, involving the 171 hours and some potential grant funds that the school district is receiving. So I would ask just one more time that this be tabled until I can get that language straightened out. I don't by any means think that this is such a wrench that it will prohibit this agreement from passing in future, but I do need to get that language straightened out.
what's
Second motion to table.
Motion from Bruce,
Second.
second from Greg to table. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 818 from Ms. McCarty, consider and approve renaming Liberty County Engineering Department to the Liberty County Permitting Department. And this makes good sense.
It does. And unfortunately, I have not had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Soliday about this. But in recent past, there has been some confusion about it being the engineering department, when the reality is we use an outside firm for
Right.
all of our engineering services. And Ms. Soliday does permits and inspections. So I think maybe clarifying that for the public purpose might be helpful.
Please.
Totally agree. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Can I add something, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Can we please add the floodplain administrator as well? People are having a really hard time finding me, and they're calling everybody's different offices trying to find out who the floodplain. It says it on the website, but people are still having an issue trying to find me.
If the court so chooses.
I'm good with that.
Yes, I'll add that to my motion for the floodplain administrator.
So Liberty County Permitting and Floodplain Administrator.
Yes.
Okay,
Second.
Thank you.
thank you. Okay, that was a motion from Bruce,
Second.
second from David. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. And motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 819 from Ms. McCarty, consider and approve Judge Knight, okay, as temporary signatory of payroll for the Agri-Life Department on behalf of the Liberty County Commissioners Court until a qualified replacement for the head of that department can be made. As you know, we've had some folks resign from that department, so we have to have some new folks come in. So I guess if y'all want me to sign their payroll, we need to have some action here.
Correct. So this is one of those departments that is overseen by the Commissioners Court. And after speaking with Ms. Harris last week, we definitely need someone to sign off on the remaining employees and their payroll. And my thought process was the judge after approval from the court, as he can sign on behalf of the court as a whole.
Well, it's, partially a state position and then partially county position too. So, yeah.
Correct. I would also say that in future, this is another position that will have to be referred to the committee.
Yes.
But because it is partially a state agency as well, we're trying to figure out the best way moving forward.
I would request that Texas A&M Extension Office be included in that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So
Okay.
we're working on that.
Yeah, okay.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion from Bruce,
Second.
second from David to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 20 and number 22, I'm going to ask that we move those into executive session. So I'm going to bypass those for the time being. We'll move on down to 821 from Ms. McCarty. Consider and approve overtime pay for 48.25 hours worked for FEMA declared disasters, more specifically DR-4781-TX and Hurricane Beryl, to Liberty County Sheriff's Office Deputy Billy Knox, actually Chief Deputy
Chief Deputy.
Billy Knox, under Liberty County Handbook Policy 3.3, overtime pay in emergencies and disasters. This is one that we missed. So,
Yes, so
Yeah.
this in times of federally declared disasters such as the flooding back in May and Hurricane Beryl, exempt employees are in fact entitled to overtime pay and compensation pay. And then Liberty County has a policy in our handbook. Now, Liberty County is entitled to reimbursement by FEMA for this overtime compensation pay. In order to obtain that, we have to have a policy on the books, and we have to provide that policy to the federal government, which we do. We already have. But under law, Chief Knox is certainly entitled to this.
okay.
Move that we approve.
Second.
Motion from Greg, second from David to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Of course, number 22 will be moved to executive session. Move on to number 823 for me. Consider and approve the amendment to the State Highway 99 market valuation waiver agreement between TxDOT and multiple Texas counties, including Liberty County, previously approved by the court for the newly constructed Grand Parkway, waiving the requirement of a market valuation under 228.0111 of the Texas Transportation Code. And we received this from TxDOT. And since we are a member of the US 99 group, so Catherine, in your opinion, what does it actually mean that they can go up on the rates? Market value rate, I guess, is what they're looking at.
It's really without a formal valuation, and it's not just for our county, it's for the surrounding counties.
Yeah, it's Fort Bend County, Harris County.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything that 99 goes through without doing a formal assessment. We're waiving that formal market valuation.
So this, the other counties, of course, have received this,
Correct.
received the
And-
same notification. So,
Exactly. And I think when I reviewed this document, I believe most of the other counties have already signed off on this.
Yeah. All right, what say the court?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion from Bruce, second from Greg to approve. Further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 824 from Ms. McCarty. Consider and approve resolution accepting a one-time donation from Ellison Development LLC to Liberty County, Texas, in the amount of $340,000 for the specific purpose of East River Road, located in Precinct 3, Liberty County, Texas. Does that make you happy there, David?
Real happy.
I'm just checking.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion from Bruce, second from David. I figured just go ahead and make the motion and the second yourself.
Right.
Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 2825, I'm going to ask that we move this into executive session as well. We do have some questions. I just want to get clarification on this before.
Judge,
Yes, ma'am.
this is not noticed on the executive session. So unfortunately, a recent AG opinion came out, and without specific notice, we cannot just go into executive session under the consultation with counsel
Mhm.
on a matter without specifically noticing that agenda item.
Okay.
But I will say this, yesterday I had the opportunity to email back and forth with Blackfin's counsel.
Okay.
Which is
And
here.
yes, one of them is, but we do not have a draft, and there are some things that we have to hash out. So I would ask that this item be tabled. I think we probably jumped the gun a little bit.
Okay. Makes sense. What say the court?
What kind of things need to be hashed out?
The wording on the agreement.
Huh?
The wording on the agreement, the road, I think there are some issues with my proposed road use agreement.
I thought they were anxious to get this done.
I think Mr. Saldivar was. Maybe not so much counsel. You know how things go once attorneys get involved.
That's putting it mildly. Okay.
So if we go ahead and approve this today with the county's language,
We're probably, if there are any material changes to the agreement, we'd have to bring it back. And I would certainly not advise that in this particular scenario.
Well, that's what I was thinking. We approve it now with the county language, and then if they are anxious to get going, then they can accept it. If not, then we can go back to.
Again,
Do we
you
have-
certainly can do that. I don't know that I would advise to do that in this instance because
We have somebody that
We do have someone with,
Hi.
come up here. Where we
Come
can-
up, please.
come up here, please.
We can't hear you back there.
There's a few of us a little bit hard of hearing up here.
Well,
Me, one of them.
I spoke with,
The Zoom is real hard to hear,
Yeah.
so it needs to come up.
yes, Jim yesterday. And I don't believe he had seen a contract at that point. And I think maybe there was perhaps some miscommunication between maybe Mr. Saldivar and what was going on as far as the terms of the agreement,
Okay, so I think there's confusion kind of across the board.
for sure.
We're here, from kind of all over Texas. So to the extent that we can get something, worked out would be amazing, even if it's conditional approval. I don't know if that's a possibility. But this, it sounds like the road use agreement is maybe what's at issue.
Yes,
You still
yes.
have enough to draft.
And that is what is on the agenda today, not the permits, just the road use agreement. I had sent Mr. Saldivar a copy of a previously executed road use agreement. It's our standard agreement that we do with multiple pipeline companies across the county. And I had not heard back from him as far as acceptance. All I've really gotten as far as details is the amount to be donated to both precincts. And so with that, yes, we can do conditional approval. However, that's not going to hold up any permit applications. Those are completely separate. We cannot hold up anything else y'all are doing for the purpose of the road use agreement. But any material change, which at this point might be anything, if y'all don't agree with us coming back for additional funds in the event that damages exceed the prepaid amount, that's a material change. So it would have to take approval. I'm hesitant to do a conditional approval today, but ultimately it's up to the court.
So if
Come up here a little bit further over here.
I'll step up. Sheriff and Judge.
Yes,
Liza
ma'am.
Evans. Thanks for having us today. And
Turn that
You
on.
push the
Green.
button right there. on
Green,
it.
thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, push the button where it turns green.
There you go.
No, we can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi there. Good morning. So, if there is a way to do conditional approval, I'm not sure I followed completely. If there's a material change, then, and that material change will be based on, we saw a copy, the road use agreement that was recently issued. I think it was August 24th to another pipeline, to Bahia. So if we are willing to agree to those terms, that is what you would be willing to
That's
issue
what I would
conditional
be-
approval for?
Yes, that's what I would be willing to approve today,
Okay.
for conditional approval, yes,
Okay.
with the amount of 300,000 to each precinct, yes.
Okay.
But again, any other material change, and if that, have y'all discussed that? Is that something y'all are willing to agree to?
Well, I didn't know that was an option, because what's posted online is different from that agreement. And so we were just really trying to understand exactly what the terms would be.
Okay.
Is it?
Well, that agreement should be posted somewhere in the minutes.
Okay.
Because that's in fact what was executed.
Okay. What we pulled from the website is different from that agreement, the application itself, and so.
Oh, that's for the permits.
Yeah.
That's the permits, which is completely separate than the road use agreement for prepaid damages.
Okay, so is there an additional permit for road use?
That is going to be a question for our permitting department.
Okay.
But this road use agreement has no bearing on your company's, your client's application for a permit. This is completely separate and apart for that.
Okay.
We cannot hold up permit approval for a road use agreement.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any additional road permits.
No, sir.
Okay, so,
So anything that you have requested permits
Yeah.
for has no bearing on the road use agreement.
okay,
Now that I got the approval on the septic, then I can do the electric meters and all that.
okay, I'm just trying to understand because I have pretty good familiarity with the county permitting process. Every county has their own kind of unique requests, but
This is a type of escrow payment that you would make for road repairs instead of filing a road
bond,
bond in, well, basically my office. It's not permitting, it's a, but this is a putting some money up front so that they can make repairs.
Yeah.
And-
it's
and-
cash
and
in lieu of a bond.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And so is there an agreement?
Yes.
Okay,
That-
other than the Bahia agreement? Okay,
No.
that's the only thing
Yes.
related to pulling from,
Correct.
From the
Anything
escrow
else you
account.
might have saw regarding previous pipelines has to do with some type of permit that they needed to obtain.
okay. So I guess,
So
since we're
that money,
here-
the 600,000 could
Yes.
change though.
if additional damage is discovered, right? And then we go through that process. It's
That
a-
arbitration.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Dispute resolution process.
yes, absolutely.
Okay,
If that is if that format is generally acceptable for your client, I would agree to conditional approval today for the court.
okay,
It's $300,000 per precinct.
yes, yeah. We had a brief conversation with the judge
Yeah.
yesterday
I
about
know
that.
that they'd both like 600,000 apiece, but that's a little
Yeah.
unrealistic.
Yeah, I rode around with them, we looked at the roads, I
Okay,
think that should cover.
okay.
Yeah, but we haven't looked at mine yet.
Yeah, what?
We haven't looked at our roads in precinct 3.
But part of the, included in those terms of the Bahia agreement are, it lays out that our group or our contractors along will meet with the county
Yes.
commissioners and take before and after
Yes.
pictures and all that. So
Yes.
there should be some kind of,
Yes, there's accountability
Stacking.
on both sides,
Right.
absolutely.
So what I'm
Absolutely.
saying, that number could change
Yeah.
on the money.
Are you asking Commissioner for clarification? It could change.
Up, not down,
The, what, sir?
be more.
Right. What I'm asking is after the damages occur or prior to execution of an agreement?
I think prior to.
Okay, so that would be a material change that we would come back for.
Okay.
If if Blackfin goes and drives the road to
Okay.
Commissioner Whitmire and
What-
Commissioner says, nope, the
what-
damages are
What is that?
500,000 instead of 300,000, that would be an issue.
Yeah, yeah. So it's hard for me to kind of put my head around
Sure.
like what the, like, we're talking about preemptive damages.
Oh, absolutely, yes. And this is, that, you know, this is an agreement between two parties, you know, it's just that. We certainly can't force one another to sign. This is a good faith payment, in lieu of a road bond. So, I would say that if we do a conditional approval today, Commissioner, you know, for the most part, that sum stays within a certain amount of that original figure, you know, where it's not a surprise. And then if your roads receive additional damages after the fact, then we go through the steps laid out in that road use agreement, to
If
try
there's
to
more than
obtain.
10% of
Exactly,
damages or something like that.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
okay. All right, that would work. So one other question. There is another permit that requires a $3.5 million bond. So Blackfin team, can we, right?
The way I understand it is that our contractor was asked to post a $3.5 million construction bond for the roads use, along with our $600,000 cash bond.
No, I don't know.
I would say it's one or
One or the
Yeah,
other.
one or the
And the
other.
preference here is definitely cash instead of
Correct.
bond.
Yeah,
For that
yeah,
loud and
yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our court is very familiar with how difficult it is to collect on a road bond. And so I think they'd much prefer, please gentlemen, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
They'd much prefer prepaid damages over,
The bond, yeah.
Yeah, if y'all agree to these
Yeah.
terms here, the 3.5 million bond,
It's going away.
It's not necessary.
no,
Yeah.
it's not necessary.
Okay,
yes.
all right. Yeah, I mean, if we can agree to conditional approval, that would be
Okay.
really fantastic for us.
I think
Yeah.
we're
Along the
on
terms,
the,
the
yes,
money and-
we're on the same page, it sounds like. Just so y'all are aware, I would stay close to the number that's proposed, with conditional approval today. And with the caveat that you are aware if there are material changes, we come back.
And would that just be coming back to the next commissioners meeting? Okay.
I'm
In
actually
a
gonna
couple
get
of
this,
weeks?
yes, we can get this hashed out pretty quickly.
Okay, okay. But it does, I think, make sense for, I'm assuming it's your precinct as well?
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That we drive the roads as soon as possible. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I was my understanding they've already driven the roads and videoed them, probably.
Yes, speaking on behalf of Bruce Hanger, the MPG, he's had his crew videotaping the roads, since last week, so, and it's a slow process, because they gotta drive at certain speed to capture enough of the surface.
Okay, but is your expectation that you will ride around with our team?
Sure.
Okay.
But,
And yours too?
no, I'm satisfied with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
I think we're good. I feel good about conditional approval. Let's wait.
So let's get this clarified with the conditional approval and with the, also the permit that was granted earlier. That would allow you to get started on your project. Is that correct?
Yes, that's my understanding, right? That-
Yeah.
Should be.
Yes, yeah.
That's our goal
Yes.
today.
Yes,
Okay.
that's certainly my
Yeah.
objective
Okay.
too, so that we will,
I think we could probably have a document, drafted in the next couple of days.
we started construction yesterday. and it's still being-
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is probably.
What I have is that we would have a motion to conditionally approve the road use agreement between Liberty County and Blackfin Pipeline for continued use of county roads in precincts 2 and 3 in exchange for prepaid damages in the amount of $600,000 in lieu of a road bond, pending the approval by Blackfin with only non-material changes.
Correct.
Okay.
Thank you, Lee.
Thank you.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Thank you guys so much.
Well,
Okay, I hate to ask one more thing, but if we have other permits, I think that's your department, we just need to get those on the agenda for them to be approved at this point.
For permit, no.
Yeah, no.
You can just come to the office unless
Yeah,
it's,
I mean, what other kind of permits you looking at?
yeah.
Floodplain,
The flood paving, road crossings, and temporary driveways. Those are,
Floodplain would come through me.
Okay.
All the permitting will come through my office.
okay, does not need to be placed on the commissioners.
Yeah.
The only thing that once you get the floodplain on, if there's anything that requires lumber or anything like that, I have to have it reviewed by LJ engineering.
Sounds like no.
well, then I think you have that package already.
Yes, I believe it.
Okay. Is there anything else you need from
That
us?
should be, no. All I need, the main one on my side, we don't allow anybody to get an electrical permit until their septic is taken care of. So once they approve that, now I can go forward.
Excellent. Okay.
And you're talking about temporary driveways, and I
Temporary
think, other
driveways,
than,
yeah,
we'll
floodplain.
work with you on that, because the only thing we're concerned about is drainage from the, and, we're-
If they're temporary, they're not gonna be there anymore
yeah.
after the project's done.
Okay. Sounds great. Thank you very much.
All right,
Really
thank
appreciate
you.
y'all's time.
All right. So we have a motion and a second to conditionally approve. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Let's move over to purchasing, y'all. Okay. Number 826 from Mr. C. Stephanie, consider and approve recommendation to award invitation to bid number 24-13 for culverts. Okay,
This would become effective today and last for 1 year to October 9th of 2025. We had two offers, Wilson Culverts and Coburn Supply, and Coburn Supply submitted the best pricing. So we recommend Coburn Supply Company to award.
what say the court?
We approve. Oh,
Second.
Motion Greg, second Bruce.
Let me clarify, we're approving the award to Culvert Supply Company. Is that the
Yes.
name?
C-O-B-U-R-N. Yeah,
C-O-B-U-R,
C-O-B-U-R-N. Culverts.
Coburn, I got you,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, I'm sorry, who made the motion?
Greg,
Greg,
second from Bruce.
okay.
Further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 2827 from Percy and Stephanie, consider and approve payment application number 2 from White Construction in the amount of $76,641.66 for the Northwest Annex project.
Our architect signed off on this and certified that that amount was due. If that makes you feel any better.
It does. Thank you. What say the court?
move to approve.
Second.
Motion from Greg, second from Bruce. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. I might also mention that today, Sheriff, at 1:30, we have a groundbreaking for the project up at, for the Northwest Annex project. And so I know you'll be there.
Yes, sir.
You gonna have your shovel ready? Okay, just checking. Okay. Number 828 from Mr. C and Stephanie. Consider approved to reject request for proposals number 2415 and re-advertise request for proposals number 2501 for disaster debris removal services. So that's pretty explanatory. And
Yep.
we rejected one, we're gonna look for another.
That's right.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion from Bruce,
Second.
second from Greg. Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 2829 from Mr. C and Stephanie. Consider and approve soliciting requests for proposals number 2502 for retiree supplemental insurance.
That's it. Retirees over 65 are going back out for proposals.
Okay, Kim, you got anything?
I spoke with Harold and he decided that this needed to go out for bids. We currently use Hartford Benestar for our over 65 retirees. So the only thing I would add to this is what Stephanie and I spoke about before court, is that time is of the essence. Our wonderful retirees like Mr. Don Nayland are on the edge of their seats waiting to see if they're gonna have a change or not have a change, and whether they need to review their insurance or not. So, gotta hurry.
Okay,
Make a motion to approve.
motion from Bruce, second from David. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 830 from Mr. C and Stephanie. Consider and approve the purchase of a utility tractor in the amount of $33,531.44 from Shoppas John Deere through the Sourcewell contract number 0031121-DAC for building maintenance. You already wore out your other tractor there, Bruce?
We don't have a tractor.
Oh, you don't have one at all?
No.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve.
Not a bad idea. Motion from Bruce, second from David. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Get you a deer. Okay. Number 831 for Mr. C and Stephanie. Consider and approve the purchase of a 2024 Ford Maverick. They're still making Mavericks? Truck in the amount of $26,691.20 from Silsby Ford through the TIPS contract number 210907 for precinct number 1. I'm not even going to ask you about a Maverick truck.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion from David, second from Bruce for a Maverick truck. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That's 3 of them, all right.
Send me a picture of it, brother.
I do want to see one.
Good. That's what Nick's driving.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like that truck, Nick?
Perfect commuter.
Yeah, okay. Okay, good deal. That motion does pass. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 832 from Mr. C and Stephanie. Consider and approve the purchase of a new 2022 Ford F-150. Now you're getting one big enough, okay? In the amount of $26,754.20 from Silsby Ford through buy board contract number 724-23 for maintenance.
That's great.
And they've pretty much worn out the trucks they've got. I know that.
Make a motion
Well, we
to
just
approve.
keep giving them old trucks from
I
precinct
know.
1 and it's not working out. Make a motion to approve.
I already did.
Okay.
Got a motion from David. Is that a second, Bruce?
Yeah.
Second from Bruce. Further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 833, between me and Ms. McCarty, consider and approve fire services agreement between Liberty County and ESD number 7. Catherine?
Judge, certainly we do these fire service contracts every year. I will state that this particular agreement was prepared by our previous fire marshal.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I can't tell you the specific terms. For the most part, the agreement looks to be pretty standard, but I want to make sure the court is aware about the monetary value and the term and the monthly payments to be given to ESD, and make sure all of that information looks good from y'all's perspective. And for Dwayne, I want us to make sure we've gone over this with
I
a
do
fine
too,
tooth comb.
We need to table this and bring it back up.
Yes, I think that would.
Well, we can put it at the end of the month and still get them paid on time, I
Yes.
believe. Is that okay, Dwayne?
I'm going to look at the contract. I was thinking about that. These contracts are dated from October 1st, and it pays for a month, 30
Yes,
days. And I
yes.
have to prorate that payment for the month because it gets paid them for something prior to the agreement.
And I think
I
that
understand.
that could either be prorated or, you know, the agreement just start the day that it's executed. And that,
Right.
and that's kind of what they get. So,
Right.
and that's something that Dwayne and I can hash out.
Well, I tell you,
What's the status on the
Yeah,
rest
she
of
said that's your.
the fire?
Hmm?
The status on the rest of the contract?
Because I don't believe any of the others have been approved.
I don't believe they have either. They were all held up, basically, is what
I
happened.
understand.
Where is ESD number 7?
It's-
Yeah.
Hard.
Okay.
I think that just with all of the fire service agreements, you know, I'd certainly like to look at them and maybe get with Dwayne and the court and see where we go from here
Yeah.
by the next agenda.
Yeah, I think we need to look at all of those contracts.
agree.
Yeah.
and-
I
And the
agree.
amount being given
I agree.
and get it back before the next court.
I agree.
I make a motion to table.
Second.
Thank you. Got a motion from Bruce, second from David to table. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. At this time, we need to go into executive session concerning item number 20 and 22. Like for the commissioners to consider the motion and a second and a vote to move into executive session.
Make a motion to go in executive session.
Second.
Motion from Bruce, second from David. Moving executive session. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. It is now 10:07. And we are in executive session. Okay, we're out of executive session. It's 11:07. Back in the regular session, the call for executive session was held under 551.071 local government code consultation with attorney concerning the matter of item number 22 and number 20 on our agenda for this date. Item number 22 was discussed and potential action on matters related to the status of cause number 2020-61765-MDL to in reference Arkema Incorporated litigation currently pending in the 333rd District Court of Harris County, Texas, including any motions, pleadings, and or dispositions. This time, what is the court's pleasure?
Make a motion to take no action.
Second.
Got a motion from Bruce, second from Greg, take no action. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. And item number 20, leave, can I move on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Discuss and take potential action regarding the payment of overtime to Liberty County correctional officers in order to maintain adequate jail staffing standards at the Liberty County Jail. And I believe we do have, after discussion, we have a motion ready. And Lee, if you don't mind, can I impose on you to read it, or Greg
You
can
want me
read
to
it?
Greg,
Yeah, can you read it there?
Because you're making, if you're
I'm
making
gonna
the
make a motion. Would you read it?
Yes, sir. The motion is to approve the emergency payment of overtime by the Liberty County Sheriff's Office to Liberty County Correction Officers in order to maintain adequate jail staffing standards at the Liberty County Jail. Inadequate staff at the jail is causing the need for the emergency overtime to cover the staffing needs at the county jail until further staff can be hired. The auditor will need to move funds up to $550,000 for the payment of this overtime to the jail budget. This emergency payment overtime is effective today.
Second.
Got a motion from Greg, a second from David. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen.
Second.
Got a motion from Bruce, second from David to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.